take my hand and I'ma take you with me to places where you never been. You don't have to be scared, baby, I'll get you there. We'll just have a good time, cause with you I just feel so alive. Cause with you I just feel so alive.
Hi, I'm Francois from Production Music Live today with producer notes, and we're looking at the groovy summer afro styles of Adam Port Move. We are reverse engineering the track to sort of learn the thinking behind the style by using only Ableton stock effects and instruments plus Serum, working with different harmonies and melodies, different elements, and a completely different vocal. We actually played this track at a festival last weekend. It's a fresh, groovy summer style. People really like it, and let's take a look at the key elements of the track. So first of all, overview over the arrangement. We're starting with an intro. And then after 17 bars, we bring in the pianos and the vocal.
You make me feel so enlightened. Yeah. I can't help but look at your body and your moves.
And so on. And then the vocal gets a second verse part here.
Summer in the city. Won't you come and take my hand and I'ma take you with me to places where you never been.
Kind of around 1 minute, and then we have sort of this mini break here where we keep playing the kick and some of the drums, but we are taking out some of the other elements.
Alive, 'cause with you I just feel so.
And then we're moving into this break element here that's sitting right in front of us, introducing the bass line for the first time.
With you I just feel so alive. 'Cause with you I just feel so alive.
And then we're introducing more elements, and then towards 2.5 minutes in, it's an overall 6-minute track here. 2.5 minutes in, we have this mini break where we keep playing the kick and some of the drums, but we're removing some of the melodic elements.
Alive, 'cause with you I just feel so alive. Alive, 'cause with you I just feel so alive. Alive.
Yeah, and if you're wondering, we're still finishing up processing the vocals. They will sound like this in the end.
You make me feel so enlightened. Yeah. I can't help but look at your body.
And for this video here, currently I'm working with a placeholder.
You make me feel so enlightened. Yeah. Can't help but look at your body and your moves.
So the final one sounds fuller.
You make me feel so enlightened. Yeah. I can't help but look at your body.
And the whole thing will be part of the Afro House pack that we have on Production Music Live. So this will be Feel So Alive, the third template. So then we go into a break part here.
Summer in the city. Won't you come and take my hand and I'ma take you with me.
And then the pianos go out.
Live, live, live. 'Cause with you I just feel so alive.
And then we introduce the drums back here and before the second drop.
Live. 'Cause with you I just feel so alive. Cause with you I just feel so alive. Alive. Cause with you I just feel so alive.
Full on with all elements, and then we are going into the outro part, where we're basically winding down all the elements over time. So we have a bunch of groups here. We have a kick and bass group, sustained bass line. We have a drums group, we're going through them one by one in a minute, and we have a synths group down here. Below that we have this piano group with lower pianos. here Ableton Grand Piano and some sampled versions. And then we have an effects group here that basically does stuff like this. Some sweeps and swooshes, and we have this roll element here, for example, playing a conga from the sample pack part of the Afro House pack. And below that we have the vocals group that will look slightly different in the finished version, but will have this vocal inside and some backings. Okay, so let's take a look at the key elements. I'm copying over the bass line, the kick and the sidechain element here to this loop section in the back, so we can take a look at it one by one. So we're using a punchy kick, nothing crazy, and then on top of that we're using a sustained bass line coming from Serum in this case. Sustained, oscillator A is 2 octaves down, this one is octave 0, and we are playing these notes, and you can see we are always starting on a second hit here. You could argue we are in G minor or an E flat Lydian. Let's say we are in G minor, so we are starting with E flat, then G, then B flat and F. So we're filtering out the high frequencies here, adding a bit of saturation with the a bit warmer setup, and then we have a sidechain in the back. And it all goes into the kick and bass group, a little bit of saturation on top of that. So let's play it all together. Okay, and on top of that, we're playing these 8th notes Plucks here. This is our root, that's the 5th. And we're playing the morphing glass. I think that's an Ableton preset, and basically the sound consists of this analog. And just cut off the low frequencies here, add in a bit of room. And below that, we are adding a bit more belly to this sound with a Serum instance. An octave lower to sort of fill out the frequency spectrum. And then we have this other element here, Pluck background. Let's take a look at that one as well quickly. So this one is playing G2 and G3, an octave higher, and it does 16 notes. And we are just playing the basic Moog wavetable. Let's play it all together. It's crazy how basic this sounds. And then in the end, you put the vocals and everything else on top, and it just works and grooves. Super nice. We have the background pad here. So what's going on here? We are starting with E flat and the 5th on top, which is B flat in that case. And then we're playing G and the 5th, which is D. Why is it the 5th? Because if you enter the scale here, you can see if this is your root note, you have 3 notes in between. So this is the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th note here in this chord. And the same is true for the next chord, which is B flat and the 5th on top. So it's B flat 5. And the last one, you can see the difference here is F and the 3rd on top, because we have 1, 2, 3. This is the 1st note and this is the 3rd note. So we have, you could say, F major. So playing that all together and then looking at the preset. You can see we are playing sort of sine waves and another slightly tilted sine wave here, and we are sending it all through a low pass filter, and we have long attack time here so they don't just like jump into the track. And these are really for the Atmo in the background. And we're playing them so low because we have a high vocal on top of everything, and we need to sort of leave room for that. And then we have an instance of analog here where we're playing this, you know, second melody element for the main part that does. So we're kind of looking for the nice position of two notes sitting very closely together in our scale here, and that's the second and the third in this case. It's always nice for tension. And we're playing the whole thing with analog with a saw wave here, and then running that through a low pass filter where your ADSR shape looks like this. Pretty short attack time, decay not too long, sustain pretty much down, and then our release is at 2.8 seconds here. And now let's look at the amplifier envelope. That one looks like this. So it's a plucky setup. And then we're running it through this audio effect because we want some echo and delays on top of it. And you can see eighth notes dotted and 3x3 here in the setup. And then we're emphasizing on the mid frequencies here. So this is parallel. And why is it not sidechained? It actually should be sidechained. So that one got lost. So let's play it all together. Okay, let's move over to some of the drum elements and take a look at what makes this so groovy in Afro. And I'm actually going to I have 5 or so tracks here that I'm going to copy over, and then we can take a look at those because they all play together. And maybe I'm just turning this one off and we listen in. And let's just take a look at the positioning of this clap sound here. You're probably used to having your claps in the second and the fourth position, especially if you like in 4 to the floor electronic music. But we are playing this one early, and we are playing this one in the third hit in this pattern here. And then we are playing this one in the second clap position, and then another one right behind that. And then we're repeating that. And we are doing that with a single clap sound here. And we are doing that with a whole bunch of clap sounds here. And you see we have them layered, kind of stacked underneath one another. And you see we are messing around, sometimes playing this here, there. Just making sure they don't all start at the same time. So it's kind of like a dancing audience clapping along. And there are a bunch of clap sounds here from this sample pack part of the Afro House Pack that we recently released, and where this gets updated into this project for free for the people who already have it, and those who don't have it will get that from now on. So 3 fully arranged tracks as Ableton project files in there as well. And the next one is this percussive sound here. Let's take a look at this. Same positioning here as well. Well, actually we're skipping that one, so we don't hit too much on this 1.4 position here, but we are playing all the 3 other positions with this one as well. And we have a tom below that as well. and this one is playing the same pattern as well. We're just skipping this note here. We're reserving that one for the claps. So if we listen to everything and we look at this again. Basically, we're not playing a tom or a percussive element right on top of a kick, because we already have a kick here. You know, this thing is covered. So that's basically the most important stuff for our group. And then we have another Afro percussion element here. You know, and we are layering them all together. And this one gets this drum room reverb, like half a second of decay time on top of it. And now we already have the foundation of the track. Okay, and now we need shakers, because these really add to the groovy feeling. Collect a bunch of them here. So I have 3 different shaker elements. This one is just reacting at the start. So turning off the other 2 ones quickly. So we have that element, and we are combining that with another shaker. And another one. You can definitely see how that one works more towards the back. Okay, time to add in some vocals now. That's a preliminary one. This one doesn't sound as full as the one because I AI'd this one out of our playback here when we were working on this thing.
You make me feel so enlightened. Yeah. I can't help but look at your body and your moves. With you.
So you can train your ears actually. Do you hear the difference in the sort of belly and mid frequencies of this one?
You make me feel so enlightened.
Compared to...
You make me feel so enlightened. Yeah. I can't help but look at your body and your moves.
Okay, I think it's pretty obvious. Like this one is fuller and more stereo and everything. That's what will end up in this track and in this project file. We have our vocal element in place as well.
You make me feel so enlightened. Can't help but look at your body and your moves. With you I feel so inspired.
Okay, now we have a bunch of pianos here. We have the Ableton grand piano playing. Wow, is this deep, right? It's almost like this is an octave too low, but let's quickly take a look at the chords one more time here. We have E flat. That's a major chord, because we have the major third 1, 2, 3 notes here after the root note, which is the same note as that one an octave lower, and then we have a minor third, which is 2 notes in between these two, G and B flat, and then we are just playing the octave on top of it again. And then this slightly in the passing moment here turns into an E flat major 9th chord, because this is the 8th note and this then is the 9th note. And we are doing this passing thing again 2 times. We have the G5, G and the 5th. And then this only gets turned into, because this is the octave, this is turned into a sus2, G sus2 chord. Because if you take this down, it doesn't have, this chord doesn't have a third. It's working with the second. That's why it's a G sus2. but I'm putting this back up to the top. You could also argue it's not really a chord if you just play it here at the end. Maybe this is more like a melodic element or something. And then we have the B flat 5, B flat and the 5th on top. Again, B flat played here. And then we have the F, and you know, the 5th on top. But this is the 3rd. If I bring this down an octave, you can see it's an F major chord. It sounds like a major chord. Okay, so these are our chords here. We are playing that with the grand piano from Ableton, and on top of that we are layering in another piano, a sampled one. And this one gets thrown into the reverb cathedral here, so it really sort of pads into the background, and then another one on top of that. And this one is playing everything an octave higher. So we're really filling up the frequencies here because we don't have that many elements.
You make me feel so enlightened. Look at your body and your moves.
Okay, so let's move over to the effects section here. We have a bunch of effects I want to quickly take a look at. We have this noisy thing that always comes up towards the end of the bar.
So enlightened, yeah. I can't help but look at your body.
Maybe I turn the vocal off for a second. Just this swoosh kind of thing, kind of jazzy in a way. And this one here is important. We have this Perc organic, so kind of a percussion element playing with a long reverb tail. By the way, one more time, thanks to my friend Uros YT, great producer who helped work on this project. Check out his YouTube channel. I'm linking it in the description below. So you take a Perc and you give it a long tail. And we're doing that here with the return channel long tail at 7 seconds of decay time, and we're sort of sending this into this return channel. I'm going to go through all these return channels in the playback at the end of this video. And I also wanted to show another roll type element here, which is also sort of important for this style, which we can place into this position. It's kind of like a Perc roll or conga roll or something. It's, you know, just 4 notes played after one another, and this is 32s. Not 16s, but 32s. So. This is super typical. A couple of years ago, I made this major laser lean on remake, and that one also has a lot of this kind of stuff. Just roll off the low end here.
And I don't wanna let go. Whoa, you make me feel so enlightened.
Yeah, so these are the most important elements. Let's quickly take another overview of the arrangement before we wrap it up and play back the full song so you can hear that properly. If we take an overview over the arrangement here, let me sort of zoom out a little and also take this away. We can see we have the intro building it up. Then we're introducing the pianos. Whenever we are introducing something, you kind of want a reverse vocal or some kind of riser or a drum roll or something, or maybe a reverse vocal riser, kind of like here.
You make me feel so enlightened. Yeah, I can't help but look at your body.
But this is one of those tracks and genres that doesn't need, you know, crazy white noise risers everywhere. You know, you just need a little bit of that to sort of make clear that there are transitions, but your vocal introduces a lot of the transitions as well. So you don't need too much of that, because if the vocal just starts singing the second verse.
It's summer in the city. Won't you come and take my hand, and I'ma take you with me.
There's not so much else you need. And then we have this mini break kind of thing here introducing that we are now going to bring in the bass line, which then comes in here at bar 53. And that's when we are using a bunch of reverse elements to really give the impression, hey, now we are going to introduce something else.
'Cause with you I just feel so alive. 'Cause with you I just feel so alive.
And occasionally we can put in a crash effect, for example, here as well to sort of spice it up.
Live, live, live. 'Cause with you I just feel so alive, live.
And again, some reverse FX sweep.
Just feel so alive.
Also with a long reverb tail that sort of comes from the long tail return channel again.
Just feel so alive. You make me feel so enlightened.
Yeah, so these are the main elements for this style. Super groovy summer track of this year. Definitely one big candidate. And well, wrapping it up, we have a sort of a punchy kick. We have a sustained bass line. We need to make sure we have these, you know, one note synths that are playing rhythmically along with 8 notes. And when they're too thin, just support them with a second synth. Playing an octave lower with that one, and then can also introduce another offsetting pluck in the background. Pads in the background, laying deep and sort of giving the vibe. And then super important is this section of sort of clap, Perc and Tom elements that are all playing together here. And you're not playing the traditional clap position. And now a bunch of shakers that sort of work in your groove. Okay, and then you put in the organic sounding piano element into the background as well. And here in this style, other than the other Afro House tracks, we don't really have this sort of animal noise or growl in the background like an elephant or something. And we don't have super pitchy leads on top of everything, but we definitely have the dreamy, pop-ish, almost Justin Bieber-like vocal.
You make me feel so enlightened. Yeah. I can't help but look at your body and your moves. With you, I feel so inspired. And I don't wanna let go.
Yeah, and then we just have a bunch more effects, drum rolls, Perc here with a long reverb tail and a bit of noise. And this is basically how to put together this style. Don't make it too complicated in terms of chords you're using. Don't make it too complicated in terms of melodies you're using. Leave room for your vocalist, or if you're singing yourself, to sort of sing the melodies on top of everything, and then make sure you have nice processing and backings and ad-libs and stuff in your vocals. And then you're good to go. So wrapping it up, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Feel free to comment below what you want to see next, what's interesting to you. Feel free to check out the links in the description to the Afro House Sound Pack on Production Music Live. We also have an Afro House bundle with a bunch more Afro style packs. And of course, you can also check out the Everything bundle, greatest deal in our store. And if you want to pick up a free rack attack download, we have a collection of great racks for different styles of effects on our website as well. It's for free, so you can download it over there, putting a link in the description as well. Also, if you're looking for vocals for your productions, we have a bunch of vocal packs. And now let's have a full playback through the song.
Your body and your moves. With you I feel so inspired, and I don't wanna let go. Whoa, you make me feel so enlightened. Yeah, I can't help but look at your body and your moves. With you I feel so inspired, and I don't wanna let go. It's summer in the city. Won't you come and take my hand, and I'ma take you with me to places where you've never been. You don't have to be scared, baby, I'll get you there. We'll just have a good time, cause with you I just feel so alive, alive, alive. Cause with you I just feel so alive, alive, alive. Cause with you I just feel so alive. So alive, live. Summer in the city. Won't you come and take my hand, and I'ma take you with me to places where you've never been. You don't have to be scared, baby, I'll get you there. We'll just have a good time, cause with you I just feel so alive, alive, alive. To be scared, baby, I'll get you there. We'll just have a good time, cause with you I just feel so alive, alive, alive. Cause with you I just feel so alive, alive, alive. Cause with you I just feel so alive, alive. Cause with you I just feel so alive, alive. Cause with you I just feel so alive, alive. Cause with you I just feel so alive.